This shit is outrageous, brother. Right? This shit is fucking outrageous, brother. I've never seen anything like this shit. This Carmelo Anthony case, it's traumatizing because in today's system, there's no real justice, bro. Like, there's no real justice in today's system, bro. Young nigga, 75, 80 pounds lighter, 5 inches shorter than his bully. Stabs him one time, not multiple times. One time, get off him and kill him. And instead of self-defense, manslaughter. Why you just didn't give him murder? He murdered him. Just give him murder. But you gave him manslaughter because you know some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know he was just trying to defend himself. But the DA, the dad, and the judge are all friends. They got a picture up on Facebook right now. If I was logged in on my Facebook on my Mac, I'll show y'all. Got a picture up on Facebook, all of them together. Then he just got sent to a prison where the brother, the uncle, the cousin, whatever his name is, he's a Metcalf too. He's the head warden. Might not be related, but what a coincidence if they are related. It's crazy work. Libra never had a chance. All white jurors and 2 Hispanics. No color.
Before we get started, I need to tell you about this app, Upside. It gets you cash back on everyday purchases like gas, groceries, and takeout. All you have directly into the penalty phase. Carmelo's mom took the stand asking the court for mercy. On her son. In Texas, when it comes to murder, there is a wide range of how long someone's prison sentence could be. It is between 5 and 99 years. Today, jurors not only decided that Anthony was guilty of murder, but they also determined his sentence, 35 years in prison. He's now 19.
35 years in prison for murder? People get life for murder. 99 plus. 50, 60, 70 plus. Y'all gave him 35 because y'all know it wasn't intentional. Y'all could have took his life, but y'all didn't do it because y'all know the murder wasn't intentional. He was just defending himself. Y'all wanted him to fight off 2 people by hand. This is a self-defense state, and he didn't get no self-defense, period. That's not how this shit work. They know they fucked up. And they know this was a bullshit trial. That's why they gave him 35. They knew they was going to sentence him from the jump. Literally.
He'll be in his mid-50s when he gets out. It was an intense day in court. Cody Thomas was there throughout the entire trial, including a very, very emotional day today. Joins us now to break this down. You know, Cody, you think of just... I think there were like 2 major emotional moments, it seems, today, because you have the verdict where the jury finds Carmelo Anthony guilty of murder. But then you also have, after a period of time, more deliberations. And then here comes the jury deciding his sentence of 35 years. Let's start there. Like, just take us in that moment when the jury comes back with that being the sentence for Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, Chris, obviously so. There was emotion running rampant throughout that courtroom on both sides. You know, of course, the media is sitting right behind the Metcalf family. So we saw all of those tears. You know, they feel like justice has been served for Austin Metcalf here. They feel vindicated. And of course, there were some celebratory gestures by the Metcalf friends that were in there. They looked like former teammates, 5 younger, bigger guys and a couple of girls that were in there that were sitting right behind the family. When that happened, the family turned around and gave all these kids a hug, kisses on the cheek, and the tears were just rolling between Jeff Metcalf and Megan Metcalf, the 2 parents there, and what I assume to be aunts, uncles, or other family friends that were there as well. Now, of course, on the other side as well, Chris, Carmelo Anthony's family, tears, but of a different token, right? You know, total opposite. Their son, their child, is going to prison for a very long time here. He's only 19 years old, 35 years. You're not looking at getting out until 54, right? Of course, there's a parole opportunity halfway through that 17 and a half years, but that's essentially his entire life right now. So I'm sure the emotional gravity on them that they're going to be seeing their loved one who is now a convicted murderer through plexiglass for the next however long. So just an emotional roller coaster on both sides, a whirlwind in that courtroom, of course, Chris.
Yeah, and you think of, how stoic this family was, how Carmelo was throughout the entire trial, even through the heaviest pieces of testimony that we talked about that brought even jurors to tears. And then you just have this release in finding that you have been found guilty of murder. And then, you think at minimum, your entire life, 17 years, you were going to spend in a Texas state prison. Before we get to some of the closing arguments, which does feel like it happened days ago, it was a very busy day. There was this, part of the sentencing portion related to sudden passion and whether that is something that comes into play here. And that would have changed the potential for how many years Carmelo Anthony was going to get as a sentence. Just walk us through that part of it and how it factored into what played out in the courtroom.
Right, Chris. So this terminology, sudden passion, we hadn't heard that throughout